The room froze when I said it. Not because I raised my voice. I didn't. Not because it was a dramatic moment. It wasn't supposed to be. It was the way I said it. Calm, curious, as if I was genuinely confused. What kind of money? The CEO had just smiled, glass of wine in hand, and asked, "Is the $4,500 bonus you receive every month enough?" I didn't even blink. I looked up from my plate, leaned back slightly, and said those 5 words. That was when the oxygen left the room. That was when every eye turned slowly with dawning horror toward her. My wife, the company's head accountant. She went pale, lips parted. Her hand trembled slightly as she placed her fork down. She didn't look at me. She looked at him, my CEO, who wasn't smiling anymore. He just leaned forward and whispered something in her ear. Something I couldn't hear, but I didn't need to. Because that was the moment everything I'd spent months planning unfolded, neatly, perfectly. I married her 6 years ago. We built something together, or so I believed. Late nights working, weekends full of dreams, shared ambition. She pushed me to take the role in the company's R&D department. I believed she did it out of love. The truth was, she wanted access, control. She said we were a team, that her handling our finances made sense. She was the accountant, after all. I trusted her blindly, foolishly. For 2 years, I never saw my own pay stubs. Everything was in the system. I had no reason to question. Not until a casual lunch with Ben from HR, who joked, "Man, with your bonus package, you're basically the golden boy." I laughed, but the laugh died fast. "Bonus package?" I asked. "Yeah," he said. "That monthly performance kicker, $4,500. It's insane." I felt nothing at first, just a dull static in my ears. I nodded, smiled. Inside, something cracked. That night, I asked her calmly, casually, "Hey, do I get any kind of bonus at work?" She blinked fast, smiled wide. "No, nothing like that." I'd know. I watched her closely. Too fast, too sweet. The lie slithered out like breath on cold glass. I didn't sleep that night, but I pretended to. The next day, I filed a request with payroll under a pretense. "Routine personal audit," I said. When the documents came back, I locked myself in the car and went through them line by line. There it was. 12 months, $4,500 every single month. Not a cent had reached my account. She had rerouted it, created a secondary account in my name that only she could access. And that's when pain became clarity. I stopped loving her that day. Not because of the money, but because of the deception, the audacity, the precision of it. She didn't slip. She built the betrayal carefully, strategically, as if I was a mark, as if I wouldn't notice. But I did. For the next 4 months, I played the fool. I let her kiss me goodnight. Let her laugh with me. I let her believe I was still asleep. But every spare second, I planned. I met with a lawyer quietly, gathered statements, printed and notarized the payroll documents, opened my own forensic audit, recorded conversations, and screenshotted messages. She was clever, but I was patient. And patience in betrayal is lethal. The company dinner was my battlefield, the perfect stage. Everyone important would be there. HR, payroll, the CEO, her. I asked my CEO to do one thing, just one line. A question he didn't fully understand, but I assured him it would reveal everything. He trusted me. I had earned that trust with years of work, innovation, and loyalty, something my wife clearly hadn't offered. So when he asked that question, "Is the $4,500 bonus you receive every month enough?" I gave him the blade, and he didn't even know it. My answer: "What kind of money?" Silence. Sharp. Deep. Everyone stared at her. She didn't deny it. She didn't speak. She just sat there blinking, drowning under the weight of every eye in the room. The CEO turned to her, leaned down, and said something low. And then it happened. He stood, looked at me, then nodded toward the HR office. She followed. No choice. I followed too. Inside, I laid it all out. The documents, the rerouted account, the pattern, the theft. She tried to spin it. She said it was for us, that she had meant to tell me, but the paper trail was a noose, and she had tied it herself. HR was stunned. Legal was called. She was suspended on the spot. And me? I walked out of that office lighter. Not because I got justice, but because I finally saw her. Not as my wife, not as my partner, but as what she truly was, an opportunist in love with control. The divorce came fast. She signed without a fight. Her lawyer tried to negotiate a settlement. My lawyer handed over the fraud evidence. They backed off. She lost her job, her reputation, and her grip on me. And I got the last 6 figures back. Clean, legal, tied with a bow. People ask me if I regret it, if I miss her. I don't. What I miss was the illusion, the version of her that never existed. But I don't grieve ghosts anymore. She dug the grave with silence and lies. I just handed her the shovel. And as I watched her world collapse under the weight of her own schemes, I didn't smile. I didn't gloat. I just whispered the same 5 words I started with. What kind of money? And walked away.